Your energy's all messed up right now.
Not because of you.
Clean it up. Can we do the intro?
It's hot. That mac is smacking.
Alright.
I'm Maylot.
I'm Bobby.
And we are Melvie Squared. There needs to be a close-up.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, there
No,
does.
it doesn't.
Bobby.
You could be go of me, bro. You want to take advantage because you're pregnant.
Oh, if I hadn't taken advantage, then I wouldn't be standing on those fucking steps. Okay? Okay? Okay.
Alright, let's do the intro. Let's get
Ow.
this thing on the roll.
Dude, we haven't done this in a while. Hi guys! Welcome. Welcome to our channel if you haven't been here before, and thank you for viewing for those who are already subscribers. Today we are doing a how we met video. It's gonna get a little, this is a bit of a spicy story because me and Bobby's how we met is quite a bit,
It's not
quite
traditional.
interesting.
But
I mean, it's traditional. People meet through friends all the time. It's just the events that took place.
I guess. But before we get into that, you know, we made a dinner. We're being romantic. We had got into it a little
You always
bit.
say we're being romantic.
I'm trying with you. I'm trying my
Are
best
you?
with you.
Because the screening wasn't romantic. So if you want to be romantic, let's try that again.
She's 6 months pregnant, and that in itself, she's building up this attitude to protect her king. So I've been dealing with this every day.
Dude,
Every day.
You are hilarious.
She's been like defensive about every little thing. So I'm still here. I'm gonna be here for
you
my
think you
son.
got a choice? You think for your son? For your son? You're gonna be here for your son? Let's try that again. You're gonna be
We're
here
eating.
because no. Repeat.
Don't slap
Repeat. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's mac and cheese. But yeah, y'all, so we got some mac and cheese on the plate. We got broccoli, steamed broccoli.
No, I'm not done. Rewind.
What?
I'm gonna be here for the love of my
I'm gonna be here for my baby.
Hey, you need to fix your lip.
What?
There you go. Honestly, we both need to put chapstick on. Dead
It's
ass.
kind of dry. Go get us some
Both of our lips.
chopstick. Hurry up.
I can't move.
Yes, you can.
I'm in a position that's like really quiet.
Hey, Anais, you got some chopstick?
Yeah. Can we have some?
Can you throw some at her forehead?
For 5 minutes?
Yeah, that meganon.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, last time you almost broke my hand. I can do my own.
You guys brand fucking new, bro.
You don't have to do everything for
But
me.
don't act like I don't chopstick on your lips, bro.
Yeah.
Be real.
I want to hurry up and introduce the plate so we can eat because I'm hungry.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we got mac and cheese. It's back by popular demand.
Mac and cheese is vegan.
Yes, and I made it for a little Thanksgiving / my brother's celebration, and everyone loved it. And she got mad at me because I told my friend John that he could like take as much as he wants, and he almost took the rest of it. And like they had got into it in the kitchen, whatever. And then my roomie was like, "Girl, where's the mac?" And there was no more mac. So it lasted maybe a few hours. So yeah, it's back by popular demand. We got the mac, we got the broccoli, and the meat sub with the mushrooms. Very simple plate.
Very good put.
Yeah. So I'm gonna dive in while she tells you her 6-month update and what she went through this morning that took my whole day out. So now I'm gonna have to do a lot of work for the rest of the week because I have to take the day off to take care of her.
Let's reword that. Let's reword that.
Let's talk about the 6-month update of my beautiful girlfriend.
That's not what I wanted you to reword it at.
Stop moving my hair. I'm right here. I feel like she takes advantage that she's pregnant.
She likes to use that word a lot, but I actually don't ask her to do shit. Truthfully. I could be more demanding, but I'm not. Anyways. Wow, this tea is so good. You want some? Take a sip.
No.
I promise you, you're missing out.
I don't want it.
Okay. This morning was rough. This is actually the first time I've experienced any level of discomfort throughout this whole pregnancy. So I'm not gonna lie, I was spazzing out a little bit. What did they say I had? So essentially I woke up and I had like a lot of pain on the side of my stomach. And at first I thought it was gas. Like, you know, when you have like an air bubble in your stomach, it felt like very similar to that when it first started. So I was like, oh my God. So I was telling Bobby like, I have an air bubble, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I need Gas X. So she went to go get Gas X for me. Came after I took it, I had like no relief. So then I was like, what the f is going on? And then it kept getting worse. So then I started kind of like panicking because I was like, this hella hurts. And I can't figure out how to relieve it. You know what I mean? Like I was tossing and turning, I was walking around, nothing was working. So finally I called the advice nurse and they transferred me to labor and delivery. Labor and delivery was pretty much like, the lady just sounded so calm, which was annoying the hell out of me because I was like panicking, you know? She was like, oh, your symptoms are actually very common for pregnancy. And I was like, common? I was like, I'm in pain. Keep in mind, at this point, I was like having like cold sweat. Like I was like having chills. I had to put myself in the shower because I was like sweating so much because I was like freezing at the same time. And then I was also really nauseous. So I was just going through it. And so she was like, your symptoms are actually very common. And she was like, you're having round ligament pain or whatever. And she said it happens because of like a lot of movement. So she was asking me if I did like house cleaning or anything like that around the house yesterday. And or if I was like moving more than normal. But I told her, I was like, I've been active throughout my entire pregnancy. I was active prior to that. Yesterday I was moving around, but it was like very minimal in comparison to like how I normally am, which is like going to the gym, working out, etc. So I was like, this is not making sense. But either way, she was like, you know, it could last a few days. And I was like, dude, this cannot be normal. And I was like, I'm literally in pain, I'm nauseous, I can't eat. Like, this is not normal. And then she was like, well, did you feel the baby moving? And I was like, yeah, earlier, but I haven't felt him move in the last hour. So then she was like, she's like, you're fine. And I was just so irritated with her level of like calmness because I expected her to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You should go to urgent care. That's really what I wanted to hear. Like, go get help. But she was pretty much like, take some Tylenol, like you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Which was literally what I had to do.
Yeah, she took a hot shower and then took Tylenol and made me cuddle her to bed. And
I didn't make, let's reword that. I didn't make her cuddle me. She wanted
No,
to.
this is what happened.
She
I'm
literally
like, hey,
came
babe.
into bed.
I asked her because she's going through pain and I feel like sad for her. So I'm like, hey, you know, during these times where you feel pain, what do you need from me? Do you need space? Do you need me to comfort you? What is it? And she's like, comfort me. I'm like, all right, bet. So I took the day to comfort her.
And comforting means cuddling me. meaning she gets to do exactly what she loves to do, which is cuddling me. If anything, it was a good day for you.
Okay.
So anyways, I woke up from my quick little like 1 hour nap after I took my Tylenol because I just couldn't deal with life anymore. And I was fine. So, because the lady was like, call us back if the pain persists or whatever. And in my head I was like, there's no way Tylenol is gonna take this pain away. Like I was literally like, I literally thought I was going into labor, but but I wasn't, because I also knew I wasn't, because I wasn't feeling contractions, because contractions like come and go, but mine was like persistent pain, but it wasn't like it wasn't excruciating, but definitely like a level 7 to 8. Like it was extremely uncomfortable, and it was just like on one side. It was just,
and on our
I was
walk,
unwell.
she gets her phone and she searches, how early can I have this baby? She's like,
I was worried.
Like, what if I have this baby today? I'm like, girl, you got a long way to go.
I seriously was concerned.
She just started her 3rd trimester today, so you got a long way to go.
I was concerned. That's all I have to say. But I mean,
and I'm like, you can't handle this. I'm just like praying for the day, the delivery day.
I'm gonna be cool.
And that's what she says. Oh, I'm gonna be cool. I'm cool with these types of things. Y'all should have saw her earlier today.
I was not okay.
She's like, I have the chills.
I was really not okay.
I'm sweating. Oh my God, I can't do this.
I wish you felt what I felt. Actually, I don't wish that, because you would know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying it didn't
That shit
hurt.
was not
I'm just
fun.
saying it's early, baby.
Okay.
And you want to act like you're gonna be fine.
I might be, but that was not cool. Anyways, all right. So sorry for the very long update. Other than that, everything's been fine. And we're gonna just jump right into how we met. Go ahead, Bobby. Start it off.
Well, she had DM'd me on Instagram.
What?
Talking about, hey, our mutual friend. It was her birthday. So she's like, hey, hop on this Zoom call. We're doing her birthday. This is back in 2020 when everyone was doing virtual parties, taking shots over Zoom or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. And my partner, so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll be there. And that's like the first time I really kind of saw her and was talking to her. But it wasn't like directly us having a conversation. It was like a group conversation. But she had DM'd me to coordinate everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the very first time that we really interacted.
Mm-hmm. And then the second time was, okay, did we meet in a group setting after that? Or was it like when you had went over and...
It was that.
Okay. But was it just you and me?
No.
It was like a group situation.
There was other people there.
Okay. So the second time we were around each other. No, I don't remember exactly.
Her memory is really bad, so I don't know how this is gonna go, and it's gotten worse throughout her pregnancy. So I guess I'm gonna be the one kind of.
Anyways, so the second time, my friend was like, "Hey, my friend Bobby," and I was like, "Oh, I know her. Like I had a friend or whatever." So then my friend A was like, "Hey, you know, Bobby is gonna be over at the house." And I was like, oh, she's my friend's friend. I actually coordinated a whole, like she was at a birthday that I coordinated via Zoom. Like I've talked to her before or whatever. She's cool. And she's like, oh yeah, she's vegan. She's a really good cook. She's gonna cook at the house. You should slide. And I was like, bet. I also thought she was
What did I make you?
I don't remember. I also thought she was kind of cute. So I was like, yeah, I'll definitely be there. And so went over there and She was cooking, but the only thing I just didn't remember is that if there was other people there or if it was just us. But
there was a few people there.
Yeah, so she was cooking for us, and we had
I'm pretty sure I made
a bit
like
of interaction.
Alfredo pasta with garlic bread or something like that, because that's what A used to like me to make for her. So I'm pretty sure that's what I made.
Yeah, so essentially that was our first time like interacting, but I feel like were you drinking that night?
Yeah.
I feel like every night I was over there at my friend A's house, it was always kind of like a turn up low-key. Even if it was like just us or whatever, we're always drinking. So there was always some sort of like alcohol involved. So we were like always kind of like low-key lit. And so I met her and I was like, oh, she's cute. And I remember I told my friend A, like, oh, I was like, she's cute. And then she was like, she's off limits. And I was like, ah! And I pretty much just stopped thinking about pursuing her. But then we like kept being around each other again. And so, and then it seemed that Bobby was telling A like that she was like looking forward to being around me. And then I was still kind of telling A that I thought she was cute, like, and I was gonna be real about that. Like, I think she's cute. I like to be around her, type of thing. And so she was like, "Damn, y'all both have like kind of the same energy about each other."
That's what happened. So like, I told A, I'm like, A was like, "Hey, trying to come over. We're just kicking it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pull up." And then I would ask, "Is Malak gonna be there?" And I would just ask that because I liked being around her. Not like that, but like,
she's lying.
She was hella funny, and like we would always be cracking up and talking. So I enjoyed being around her. So I was like, "Is she gonna be there?" You feel me? And
then I pretty much asked the same thing.
Yeah.
So
and then I heard that she was asking about me too. And that made me even more like excited to see her, because it's like, okay, you want to see me and I want to see you.
Yeah. So then, fast forward, we had hung out a few times, and one night we got real lit. I was over at my house. We were drinking, and I feel like A like low-key set us up. I'm not even gonna lie. She was like, "I'm gonna sleep," because she usually sleeps in my room, right? And she was like, "I'm gonna sleep on the couch." So then really Bobby had nowhere to sleep at my house. She was lit as hell. She was so intoxicated. And so she was like, and then Bobby was like, "Where am I gonna sleep?" And she was like, "Sleep in Malak's room." And so
I already knew walking down that hallway like what it was.
I didn't. I really was not trying to go there because of how intoxicated she was. She was like really quite lit. And so, but then when she got in the room, it really didn't start off like that. She was kind of like just venting to me, honestly. We were talking for a really long time. She's a talker when she's drinking. So she was like talking my ears off for like an hour, and I was so tired. Really, I wasn't even saying much because I was so tired. And then when she started cuddling with me, like when I was like, "Okay, I'm going to sleep," and then I laid down, and then she started cuddling with me, and then
terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was very unpleasant, and
yeah, it was an unpleasant
I didn't want to do
experience.
it ever again. It was just like,
yeah,
something that I thought would be great wasn't great.
correct.
And it was very disappointing. Yeah, it was awful.
It was pretty bad.
That was one of the worst sex experiences
Yeah.
that I've had ever in my life. It was terrible.
Yeah, we were not. I didn't feel like we were sexually compatible at all after that.
I never wanted to do it again with her. I wasn't having fun.
Yeah, it was.
Some shit took place during that was really interesting.
What?
Yeah, it was just not something that I was into.
Yeah, it was not. It
was terrible.
It wasn't an enjoyable experience for either of us, and so we pretty much after that, like, kind of fell off even as friends. It was just like so awkward, cause like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. I feel like we never really discussed like what each other's preferences were, and there was just, it didn't really seem like we were like that compatible sexually. So then we were just both like, I think we were both in a place where we're like, nah, we're not doing this again. And so
yeah,
we stopped talking like,
and
as friends.
I don't have this issue with anybody. Like, I've never had this issue. So like, it just bothered me like that we both had a bad experience doing that, because I really don't have bad experiences with like anybody. So that was different. It was very different.
Yeah.
Definitely stood out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, this is different.
It was just off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, and then I always had it in the back of my mind. Like, that shit was bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was just always in the back of my mind.
So, fast forward, we didn't talk after that. Like,
well, you cut me
friends.
off because you got with.
Well, I'm saying before that, like before I even got with my ex-girlfriend, like me and Bobby just didn't even really hang around each other as friends after that. It was just a bit awkward.
Yeah, it was just kind of like,
yeah. And so then
it was crazy.
I ended up getting in a relationship. What did you want to add?
No, go ahead.
I ended up getting in a relationship. Fast forward. And then she was also in a relationship. So,
a couple.
Yeah. Well, she was in a poly relationship, whatever. She was in a poly relationship, I got in a relationship. So essentially we just weren't really talking to each other. Also, my ex-girlfriend was not very fond of her because she had asked me, okay, history. My ex is really close friends with a closer friend of hers, right? So they have had a mutual best, like, close friend that they hung around. So therefore them two used to be around each other as well. And so I don't know what made her, I mean, the lesbian community in the Bay is pretty small.
You know,
so I
know why she don't like me.
No, but I don't know why she asked me. Like, I don't know why she thought to ask me if I had hooked up with you before.
Oh.
But she had asked me, and I was honest, because I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I said, yeah, I have. And so ever since then, she just wasn't really fucking with Bobby, like, at all. And, well, she wasn't fucking with Bobby being cool with me, if that makes sense. And me and Bobby, regardless of that weird experience or not,
we were just friends.
actually,
like, we were like, okay,
cool.
There's no romantic relationship here. Like, we'll never get intimate again. Right. We're just friends. And we were like strictly friends, partners. Like, that's it. Like, there was nothing there.
100%.
Like,
and so,
it was just like, okay.
But because my ex, like, disliked her so much.
Well,
but it's so funny because she would tell me
why she didn't like me, or no?
Well, why didn't she like you?
Why didn't she like me?
I mean, because we hooked up.
Not just me and you. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the main reasons she didn't like you is really because me and her had hooked up and me and my ex were together. But the layers is the fact that she had hooked up with a couple of people that my ex liked. So I think it was like kind of like picking at a scab almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was just like, when she heard that I had hooked up with her, it was just like, she was like really irritated about it. But I don't think she actually disliked Bobby as a person. I think she just disliked the fact that everybody liked Bobby at one point or other, and everybody that she liked Bobby. Me and her were in a group chat. Like, me and her did never talk directly after that, but we were in a group chat. We were like in this group chat, and that group chat popped off like one random day, and like they were like, hey, like we should send books to each other or whatever. It was like it was called Books and Drugs because we used to shroom together, and we would like read books and like share books with each other. Books? No. We didn't read books with each other, but sometimes we would send books to each other. And so in the chat, like they were like, oh, let's like, what's you guys' addresses or something like that. And so one of my friends had sent me a book, but it wasn't Bobby. It was one of my other friends in the chat. But then I don't know how she found out you were in the chat, but she was like, oh, I was like, because I was like, oh, I wonder who this book is from. And then my ex was like, well, who could it be from? I was like, anybody in the chat. And she's like, well, who's in the chat? And I was like, Bobby, and then my other two friends. And she was like, you're still talking to her? So like, that just like pissed her off essentially. So at that point, I already knew like, damn, it's really bad to like be cool with Bobby. But Bobby,
so she cut me off. Like, she didn't talk to me, didn't text me, didn't call me. Mind you, she used to always like kind of like talk to me because we have mutual friends, so it was normal for us to talk. But literally, I didn't hear from her at all. Like, there was like no word of her.
Yeah. And
she wasn't even nowhere at no parties or nothing, which I wasn't tripping off because I wasn't worried about it at the time. But
and so then me and my ex broke up, and her relationships were going to shit. So
damn, why you gotta say that?
Well, you guys didn't really break up though.
Yeah, we were. It was
a decline. Like, you guys, they were gonna break up, but they hadn't broken up yet, right? So then I ended up hitting her up. I don't know, was it me who texted you or you texted me?
You would call me and text me if you needed things done.
No, I'm talking about the very first time. Who's the first person who reached out? How do we end up kicking it again?
Because you wouldn't talk to me. It had to be you.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but essentially like, I ended up reaching out.
Yeah. Shit. And because we used to work out, and then I used to cook for her after.
Yeah.
So she hit me up and was like, let's work out. And then that's kind of how we rekindled things. We worked out, and I cooked for her. It was still on some friend shit. Like, she was
very much.
She was going on dates. She had some situationships and all types of stuff going on.
And I was still kind of like on and off, kind of messing around with my ex still.
Yeah.
So
and I had a lot going on as well.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we essentially ended up just literally being strictly friends. When I mean for strictly friends, I mean there's times where she would spend the night, we would sleep in the same bed, and nothing was happening.
Sometimes I would be on the couch. Like, it just depends.
You were rarely on the couch, Bobby.
I was drunk enough.
No, she always slept in my bed. But we didn't do anything. Like, literally, it was strictly just...
I didn't want
it. Because we knew.
We didn't want it.
We were like, we're not doing that again. So
yeah, like, there was no attraction. Easy. There was no attraction.
Yeah, it was easy because there was, like, the scarring from the previous experience.
Like, I wasn't gonna do that again.
Yeah. So then... Fast forward again, and she got out of her relationships like completely, and then I was like still very much single and
going on dates every weekend.
And then so I noticed, like, you know, after months have passed, that she was like kind of like, I noticed her energy shift every time I would talk about like my dates or people I had seen or people I like she wasn't really feeling it, right? So I was like, and then I started getting kind of confused because I was like, we're just friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you getting mad type of thing? And then like when she'd be drunk, she would kind of like, kind of confess her feelings, but like not like outwardly. She would be kind of like subliminal about it. And I'm a very much like a direct person, so I just wasn't really feeling the whole like, you're only telling me how you're feeling me, that you're feeling me when you're drunk, but then you're also wilding out in front of me, you know? And so it was just like layers of like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that shit.
I mean, we went as far as like, we was partners to the extent of, we went on a double date.
Together.
Like, but not dating each other. We were dating these other
people.
Other people.